Well, the issue of homelessness touches every one of us, and even if we haven't experienced it ourselves, we know someone who has faced the uncertainty and stress of homelessness. Well, with high housing prices and scarcity in our state, more and more people may find themselves out of a good living situation. There's something we can do to help, and with us, Ashley Dunn and Rachel have more from Almost Home.
I'll start with you, Rachel. What communities does Almost Home serve?
Almost Home serves households experiencing homelessness or housing instability that are located in all of Adams County and Southern Weld County.
Okay, and now I'll go to you, Ashley. How does Almost Home confront and prevent homelessness?
Right, we do that through a combination of things. So we have our 3 emergency assistance programs where we have our homeless prevention program that prevents homelessness for households experiencing a housing crisis. And then we have our emergency shelter and outreach programs where we actually are that soft place to land for folks that are experiencing literal homelessness through severe weather sheltering and our family emergency shelter here in Brighton. And then we have our supportive housing programs, which provides longer term supportive assistance and case management to be able to intervene, rehouse, and then follow folks for up to 2 years for case management and rental assistance.
Got it. Now, you have opened a navigation center in Adams County. What is the purpose of the center?
Right, we did. We just opened the very first housing navigation center here in Adams County. It's the one and only, and the purpose really is to be able to help folks navigate housing instability and housing challenges within the region and help connect them to community resources to get them into housing, provide that rehousing case management, and really just kind of be able to work with folks on all of the different systemic challenges that they're experiencing that have led to a housing crisis or housing instability or literal homelessness.
You know, you have a variety of programs that work to prevent homelessness. Can you tell me about those?
I can. So we work with a lot of different vendors in our region at the state level, local government level, and through foundations to be able to bring funds into the agency where we can actually intervene and get folks current on their rent or their mortgage or their utilities and make it so they can maintain their housing, because we know that it's more important to be able to keep people housed and prevent them from entering into homeless situations in the very first place.
Yeah, you know, that's really remarkable work that is being done here. With that, Rachel, I'll go over to you. Why do you feel that now is the time that we all really need to take a closer look at the issue of homelessness and get involved in any way?
I think now is the time to take a closer look and get involved because homelessness just seems like it's greater than ever. If you look around, you could see a lot more visible homelessness in our communities. And, you know, part of it is probably due to the pandemic, sure. But part of it is also due simply to the cost of living. People just cannot afford to stay in their homes with the cost of living during these times. And so that's why we need to get involved now to make sure that they don't end up on the streets and they stay in their homes.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. And Rachel, this work is obviously so important to you. What is it that motivates you every day about this job?
I think what motivates me is I think that I just have that type of giving heart, first of all, and like have always just wanted to help people. But more importantly, it's really fulfilling to see our case managers work with folks who come into our office. And these are people who are, you know, everyday people. Like most of them have jobs and they've just had a circumstance that has put them in the situation that they're in. And what they need is they need someone to provide them case management and someone to advocate for them and someone to believe in them and help them overcome their current crisis and become confident in themselves so they can move forward and work towards self-sufficiency and, you know, find that job that pays enough of money for them to be able to afford the house they're in and so on. And so it's just really rewarding to see those people come into our offices and work with case managers and get to that point.
That's wonderfully said. Okay, and Ashley, I'll ask you the same question. What motivates you?
The folks we work with motivate me. I really believe that everybody deserves the basic right and housing and deserves the dignity of being able to be in their own home. So being able to implement programs and services that can provide that landscape and that environment that we can make that happen for folks is really what gets me up each day.
Yeah, well, this kind of help truly can make a difference in someone's life because you never know what life may bring. Thank you both so much for being with us today.
Support Almost Home and help bring families from crisis to confidence in Adams and Weld Counties. Learn more online. It's almosthomeonline.org and on Facebook, Almost Home Colorado. We'll be right back.